going on, boys? Today we are back with another College Football Ultimate Team video. Now, before we begin, if you're new to the channel, can you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers before College Football 26 comes out. Also, I'm hosting a MVP bundle giveaway of College Football 26 and Madden 26 on my Twitter. Link is in the bio. All you have to do is click on my profile. I have the tweet pinned at the top of my profile. Follow the instructions to enter for your chance to win an MVP bundle. I am choosing the winner this Friday, 6/27/25, for the MVP bundle. So if you want to enter into a chance to win College Football 26 and Madden 25, that's all you have to do. But back to the main reason why you are here, the college football deep dive. All right, I want to give you guys my reactions on the college football gameplay deep dive. I've also had a chance to play College Football 26 beta when it came out a couple of weeks ago, so I kind of want to give my thoughts and things of that nature on things that are going to be different transitioning from College Football 25 to College Football 26. This is a long deep dive, so we're going to get into it. Shout out Scott O'Gallagher and the team over there at EA Sports for this deep dive. One of the things that are different is they actually have the pre-game rituals into the game. Me personally, I'm not really into all that type of stuff, but if you are, that has been have been added. Another thing that is brand new is the dynamic subs. Now, the best part about this in the beta is if you're getting no huddled up the field and you have people that have wear and tear, you're able to just flick the sub open and then sub from the field, meaning that on the next play, that person that you sub out, the next person will come into the game. I think this is a good key feature for, especially when you're getting no huddle down the field. I think it will be more so in a dynasty franchise, bit more so than cut. I don't really see this really affecting much in cut because your backups really don't have abilities in cut, you know, when it's all said and done. Right here, wear and tear improvements have been changed. They're more depth, more control. They did twinkle with this. I noticed in the beta that the wear and tear system wasn't as bad as it was in College Football 25. There's still no offensive penalty for no huddling down the field, meaning that like the offense can no huddle for 15 plays and don't get tired at all. That is something I'm hoping that will change come the time the actual game comes out, because that has been an issue all year. The offense isn't tired, but my defense gets absolutely tired getting no huddle down the field. So that's something I'm hoping that changes in College Football 26. They have added weather to the game. I'm not really big weather person, to be honest with you. They have added snow or whatever, and the snow does affect your wear and tear when handling the elements in the snow. I kind of play cut, so this type of stuff really won't be in cut. So, but it's nice to have it in the game in case you wanted to play a snow game in Minnesota, Iowa, Michigan, Ohio State. That is kind of cool. Now, something new they added to the game when it comes to the quarterback's wear and tear is visualizing the damage. Now, if your quarterback's health drips below 60%, you will clearly see it reflected in the pre-snap demeanor. Depending on whether he's dealing with an upper or lower body damage, he might not be able to roll his shoulders, shake out his arm, or generally kick out his sore leg as he approaches the line of scrimmage. The subtle but impactful touch provides an immediate visual clue to the QB's condition, making the wear and tear feel alive and more connected to your in-game decisions than play better before. I do like this feature added because quarterbacks used to have so much wear and tear and cut 26 that they literally could still throw the ball, still run out of the pocket, still roll out. There was no type of visual or game visual effects of the wear and tear. I'm glad that they added this into the system, especially if you're going to keep wear and tear in the game. There needs to be some type of visual or stat deduction that shows on the field when a quarterback is just getting wore and sore. All right. Now, they also buffed the toughness rating. Now, toughness now affects the recovery, dictating on how quickly each body part heals over time. And cut, that's going to be a key determining rating moving forward. We're going to want people to have that high 90s toughness. That way they don't get worn and sore so easy. Now, there was a lot of discourse about the Heisman tier ability. Now, let me break this down to you based on what Scott said on Twitter and what I was able to get out of Scott from this is that basically Heisman tier is not a tier achievable in like that's going to be equipped on players or cards. It only can be activated in game. You can kind of look at it like an X factor, right? Now, the only way to get to the Heisman tier is if you're Regs player, Dynasty player, or Cut player has a platinum ability and they're in the zone. That platinum ability then goes to Heisman level. All right, we don't know how bad the Heisman level abilities are going to be, but they claim that they are an out of body this experience. And if I had to compare them, I'm going to assume that they're like X factors. And Madden, we got to see how powerful they really are, to be honest with you, because it could be game breaking. We're not really going to be able to see how powerful they are until we get to test them out in regs and things of that nature. But you can only activate them in game, which for some people that is a good thing that they can only think. Oh, and another thing, the Heisman abilities are still like they're not a complete 100%. They're like a 50-50 chance. I don't know if you guys know or not, but all abilities have been reworked to the fact that they will not work all the time. It's like a 50-50 coin flip if the ability will work or not. That is something that they did add to the game. They did add new offensive and defensive abilities. They did add battering ram. I did talk about this on my streams a couple of weeks ago. I think this is going to be one of the new abilities you're going to see everywhere down the line. It basically gives wear and tear to defenders when you fall forward. This is an ability you're going to put on your running backs, your tight end, and your receivers to add wear and tear to them. I believe like towards the end of the game cycle, everybody's going to be running this. And they also revamped the hammer ability, which I really do like because hammer was really useless in college football 25. But now it seems like they have revamped it and to make it into a avalanche type of ability for more hit stick fumbles. And I'm here for it. Trust and believe me. Now, they have also tied abilities into wear and tear, meaning that the more wear and tear your player gets, the less the abilities they will have to go throughout the game. I think that's something really cool that they added. It means that you're really going to want to be more mindful when using a player and they get worn sore, especially for the quarterback position. I think this mainly will stand out for the quarterback position because they get that and the running backs because they get worn torn the most in college football ultimate team. Now they did add 2,800 new plays and 45 formations. They gave playbooks greater individuality. When playing the beta, they did do a great job of the playbooks compared to college football 25 because of the fact that I'll say this, like, for example, Bunch STR was only in 2 playbooks in college football 25. There's a lot of playbooks that had Bunch. There was only a couple of playbooks that had trips. There was only one playbook that had Bunch tight end. There's multiple playbooks down that had Bunch tight end. So they kind of gave a lot of playbooks a lot of meta formations, and I thought that was really cool. A couple of new formations in the game. I'm a big fan of the YO Trio Close. That is something that I look forward to running in college football 25. College football 26 in the upcoming days. They did add in new motion plays, which bounce, escort, boomerang, and reload. If you're playing a Madden 26 beta right now, and a lot of these motion types are in the Madden 26 beta, I want to say this. These motion plays kill cover zero. They kill any type of cover zero. That is something for the guys out there that really love cover zero. If you have a good, I want to say to me, the best is the boomerang and the bounce motion types. They destroy cover zero. That's all I'm going to say. They destroy cover zero. These type of motion plays, that's all I'm going to say. They destroy cover zero. So if you think that you're going to run cover zero when 26 comes out, good luck. They do have more double motion plays in the Georgia and Penn State books. They have expanded the quarterback run and the RPO variety out of all the books. They have smarter option routes like halfback toss, the juke, and the slot option, which is really good as well. They have more gadget packages. As you know, the gadget is now in a position in college football 26, and you could do a lot of things without having to swap packages now. You could literally have a gadget player, and then in every gadget formation, that's the player you're going to see. I think that is a huge step up from 25 and not having to swap packages. Now, playbooks do now have a very similar signature look from the 24 season. Like Penn State has the shotgun gate that they did. They also have the swinging gate. Ole Miss has the Wildcat deuce wing. Rice has the pistol wingback book. I know Mills is looking forward to using that book. Western Kentucky has their power eye hawk. ECU trips over weak, which is really off balance. I really like that playbook. I got to dabble a little bit with it in 26, and then the Duke has the wide Y-off trip stack that will be added to their book as well. They also added 11 new wide formations for the variant shoot offenses. So if you're a variant shoot guy, this is something that you're going to. I know my guy OPJ is a variant shoot guy. I know he's probably going to have a ball with these 11 new wide formations that they have added to the game. Now, this one, a lot of people might not like. I mean, me personally, I'm iffy on it, but quarterback height actually matters when it comes to quarterback play in college football 26. If you're a shorter quarterback, your field vision kind of decrease, and the way that you can throw the ball gets decreased, meaning that the ball can get batted down more. That's basically making these short quarterbacks unusable, which kind of sucks. But you're going to really be looking for the height at the level of the quarterback position this year, because the field vision accounts for your quarterback's height, the size of the offensive and defensive linemen, meaning that you can throw the ball. Shorter quarterbacks can throw the ball at the O lineman. They can throw the ball at the defensive lineman helmets, get their passes back down. It's just shorter quarterbacks will not be the move in college football 26. They have an enhanced QB processing system that they just added. Basically, last year, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but lower quarterbacks were able to dominate a lot in college football 25. That's not going to be the case in college football 26. If you have a lower rated quarterback, they literally going to have slower decision making. They're going to struggle more. They're not going to be able to make instant high routes and things of that nature. So the lower tier quarterbacks that people were subbing in for people, or just overall players, they won't have elite progressing system compared to those of a higher rating. Heat blitzes. Now they saw that double mug and cover zeros were overwhelming the quarterbacks in college football 25, but they have upgraded and made enhancement to the AI quarterback progressions, meaning that you will not be able to sit and cover zero blitzes and dominate in games all along. It means the quarterback's awareness now will be able to identify your cover zero blitz and make the appropriate high routes for it. That's a lot for my dynasty guys, not so much more for my cut guys whatsoever. Now, they added tons more to the defensive side of the ball. They added a ton to the defensive side of the ability. I saw on Twitter a lot of the devs speaking out about this. They said that they wanted to make defense better without making offense worse, and I think they have found the median and the right path to doing that in college football 26. They've added new tackle types. Tackling was so much improved in the beta. The pursuit angles were so much improved in the beta as well. They also took out AI adaptive run defense, meaning that the computer can no longer sniff out the same run over and over. It's basically you have to shoot that gap. You have to stop that run. Run blocking did get a little better, but we'll talk about that later in these deep dives. I do want to say that the speed boost has been removed in college football 26. So please do not expect the speed boost. It is absolutely dead. You cannot speed boost in college football 26. They added brand new hit stick animations, lunge animations. They did better one-on-one tackling types, meaning that when you're one-on-one with the defender in college football 25, you will always lose one-on-one tackle animations or tackle possibilities in college football 25. And college football 26, that is no longer the case. You can actually just win on one-on-one, which I think is a big W with an improvement to the core tackling as well. I think the hit stick the increase of the hit sticks was really well in the beta, meaning that, say for instance, your opponent is cutting across the middle and they catch a pass, a hit stick will break that up. A drag hit stick will break that up. It's just better. It's just better improvements. Now, a lot of things that people have been complaining about over the years were throw out of sacks. Now, I noticed in the beta that they did try to edit it. I've heard people that have played the game down in Orlando say that they completely removed throw out of sacks. I've been playing Madden 26 beta. I've been playing College Football 26 beta. It's still a thing. Throw out a sack is still a thing. It's still a thing. I don't know what they can do to get rid of it, but hopefully in the final product, it is not a thing because it's the most biggest bailout in the game when you feel like you got your opponent for a sack and they literally throw out a sack. I'm hoping that what I've heard is that it's no longer in the game. I'm hoping that it's not in the game at all. They also added stunts and twists. Now, in the beta, stunts and twists weren't that good. I've been playing Madden 26. I'm here to say stunts are going to be really, really good in College Football 26 because we were playing on an older build of 26 on 26. Stunts and twists are going to rejuvenize defense. They're going to be a lot of exotic blitzes and things of that nature. I don't expect loop blitzing to be a thing. There's going to be a lot to discover with stunts and twists in College Football 26. I believe they also revamped the Trent's work, so they actually rebuilt the core of the offensive and defensive lines. Size now matters on the offense and defensive linemen, which I think is a great thing because you want those heavy, fast defensive linemen. You're going to want those heavier offensive linemen instead of those smaller guys because smaller guys are going to get mauled this year. They have added more ways to block steering. Basically, when you're engaged, you can press the right trigger or the left stick to begin steering, and you can steer in any direction that you want the blockers to go in. I think this is really cool, especially for the guys that like to run the ball as well. They actually updated the blocking schemes to a lot of runs out there, such as the power, the counter, the trap, the wham, the duo, all variants and midline concepts. That means that there's going to be another year where you're going to see a lot of duo runs, but the only difference is the speed boost is gone out of duo, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem, but it will be a problem because duo and trap runs, I've been labbing them a lot. I mean, I did lab them a lot in 26 beta. They were still really, really, really good. I can't lie. So expect to see a lot of duo again this year. They increased the pass protection, basically meaning that the offensive line is a little more smarter. You do have this new feature called untargeting defenders. Basically, in years past, how we used to do it is we would bring a defender to the offensive line, and the offensive line would think that your user is blitzing. You will run towards the offensive line and then run back. You can no longer do that if you untargeted the defender. It's basically telling the offensive line, like, hey, don't worry about this guy. He's not blitzing, he's bluffing, and they will take care of the rest of the blitzers. This kind of kills a lot of the blitz variants, but this is the problem. Say, for instance, you identify that guy and you say, don't worry him, and then he user rushes you. I believe the user rush is going to be really good in College Football 26 because of that feature. It's going to be a nice chess game between you and the user of identifying whether he's blitzing with that user or he's not blitzifying with that user. They also simplified it to slide protections. I think that's going to help a lot of people who complain about these blitzes. I already think slide protection is easy. It's just you have to take your time to do it, and a lot of people don't want to take that time to do it. Now, this is one of my favorite new defensive features, custom zones. You can customize any zone in College Football 25. Deep blues, purples, and blues. Now, the only zone that I noticed in the beta that I could not customize was a hard flat. I did get a lot of flack on Twitter where it was like, well, why do you want to custom a hard flat? Well, what if I want my hard flat to play shallower than it's already going to play? Like, say for instance, my opponent is running a swing. I want my hard flat to play that swing. Like it's stuff like that. Like I want the hard flat to play a little deeper for these behind the line of scrimmage plays. But nonetheless, this was a fantastic feature. The only negative um, to the custom zones, and I'm going to admit, is the fact that if you're playing an above average to comp guy, they're probably going to no huddle you, and you're not going to have time to custom stem them zones. But it is a great feature. You're really going to have to. You're really going to be fast with your hands this year. They have totally reworked man coverage. In the beta, even in Madden 26 beta, man coverage is out of this world. I cannot lie. Man coverage is like every DB is prime Revis, prime Deion Sanders, bruh. I mean, just absolutely, bruh. They added a new feature called a route commit. Basically means that in years past, you know how you would man somebody up and then you would shade to the outside or shade inside. Like you know for a fact that your opponent is throwing this corner route. You know for a fact your opponent is going inside or he's throwing a post. You know for a fact, and you still get beat on that route. Well, route commit is your new way. If you route commit to a route, they will literally play that route. It won't get open. But if you route commit wrong, you're getting torched. That's the downside of it. But this is a beautiful, beautiful new thing that they added to the game on the defensive side of the ball. I really, 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 really like that. They also, like again, I said, they changed man coverage to make it feel more tighter, authentic, and more rewarding for players who provide themselves on shutting down the perimeter. I think man coverage is going to be a problem, but again, like I said earlier, these orbit motion plays I've noticed in the Madden 26 beta is killing man coverage. Like it destroys the alignment because you're already not base aligned, and now you're having a route that's running these boomerangs and these reach around routes it's a game changer. So if you struggle against man coverage, you definitely going to want to pride yourself on plays with a lot of orbit motion. Now they have a new thing. They reworked the leverage and how it affects the outcomes. Basically, DBs gave up unrealistic separation. That's not anymore. Every snap is more tactical, and every coverage is more intentional, or whatever. So now even the shading. They have revamped shading with the route commit to kind of make sure that things are a little better. You know how you would shade over the top and still get beat over the top? That won't happen. But you know that if you shade over the top, the underneath is going to get open. If you shade underneath, you get burnt over the top. They have made shading better for when you know what your opponent is going to do. But the downside is if your opponent does something opposite, you will get 100% punished, which is a big thing. One of the things that is causing a lot of discourse on the social media world is the no eyes, no picks thing. Me personally, they were still getting over the shoulder picks on me in a beta and in Madden 26 beta. If you user it, you can still pick over somebody's shoulders. But the beautiful side of it is if your opponent throws right at your defender, they pick the ball off. It's been absolutely beautiful to see that in the betas, and I'm really looking forward to labbing that more when college football 26 comes out. Now, they did improve the interceptions rate, but now you have to actually choose wisely when it comes to SWAT or pick. You're going to have to really choose, hey, am I going to go for the pick or am I going to go for the SWAT? Certain situations, you need to go for the SWAT instead of the pick, and it's going to become a catch. So you kind of going to have to choose wisely if you're a person that clicks on for a lot of trying to make plays. Now, they did update every defensive book in the game. They have added new formations. They have added a 3-4 tight, a 3-3-5 flex, a nickel single mug, nickel 2-4 single mug, nickel low, nickel 2-4 low, and a lot of these new formations have stunts and twist already incorporated into the D line, which is really, really, really good as well for the people who may not feel like they want to know which ones. Even myself, I'm still trying to figure out which stunts are the best when I'm labbing this Madden 26 beta. But a lot of the issues I'm having is I can't even see my the little box, the little play menu. I can't even see that on PlayStation in the beta. So it's kind of it is what it is. All right. Now they've enhanced run defense, so you can actually hear the sounds when you're actually hitting running backs behind the system. They have made linebackers and safeties much better, especially when going downhill. In the run game, this is one of my favorite features: is the RPO integrity. Now you do not have to do all this extra stuff for your defenders to play an RPO bubble. They will automatically play the RPO bubble. Now, where I've noticed, and I labbed in Madden, the problem is the RPO or the tight end goes on a streak. Either you're gonna have to play that one, or you have to man that tight end up. You have to like really play a chess match with your opponent to see if that's a play that they're gonna run, and you have to man that tight end up, and then you're gonna have to shoot the run gap on the RPOs. But RPOs was just, I mean, the defenders play it much better. This won't be an issue. A lot of the things. Again, like I said, they have buffed the run defense. They have made run def more authentic, so you're able to shoot a lot of the gaps without making the run much worse. Another one of my favorite features is now safety adjustments. You can choose the width of how to bring your safeties down. Do you want to play them deep? Do you want to play them mid? Do you want to play them close? Or do you want to play them really close? Closer, you can play them like up to 5, 8, and then back. I would play my safeties at 8. I wouldn't really bring them down at 5. You're going to get beat over the top a lot if you do that. But I've been labbing that on Madden 26 beta on bringing my safeties down to 8. And it's been a pretty great defensive thing that I got going on. You can change the safety depth, the width, and the midpoint stance. I think this is just absolutely great, and that's something that I think all defensive players are going to love. Another thing is, you remember when we were running 5-2 and we were running linebacker cross blitz, and you want to show blitz, but you really just only want to your linebackers to pinch without having your DBs come down to get beat off the press. Well, they added that into College Football 26. You can now only just show blitz your linebackers instead of your DBs, which I think is an absolute W. Absolute W on the defensive side of the ability, because most of the time is some formations, once you show blitz, you can't back off your DBs, but you just only want your linebackers to show blitz, which I think is really, really cool. A lot of this other stuff down here is real life coaching, has to do with the sim stuff. I'm not really a sim type person. Now, they have done a lot of little things as well. They made switch stick visual changes. The pre-play movement from Madden 25 comes along with new enhancements. I think that is an absolute dub. The pursuit has been turned. So again, if your defensive person has high pursuit, you're going to see it and feel it compared to a person with low pursuit. Pursuit is going to matter this year. The quarterback's getting out of play action earlier. That's something you're going to notice. In the passing game, they have extended the bullseye accuracy system from last year. You will see a much wider ranges of slightly inaccurate passes. You didn't see too much of it in College Football 26, but it seems like every pass that you don't bullseye will be inaccurate, which we have to see how that plays out in the game. You're going to expect to see a lot of more bat down attempts from the pass rushers. I have noticed this in Madden 26 beta. The line does bat down a lot of passes, especially when you're throwing over the middle. And then they say they have improved the double move. Now, me personally, the double move has been absolute useless the last 4 years I've played, since I've been playing since Madden 21. The double move has never been good. We'll have to see if the double move is finally good or not, but they say that the double move should be much better in College Football 26. Of course, Stadium Pulse, again, I played the beta. Stadium Pulse was in Road to the Glory. We do not know this is going to be in College Football Ultimate Team. I guess we kind of going to have to stick around and find that out, but my guess is if it is in Road to the College Football Playoff, it's probably going to make its way into College Football Ultimate Team. And that is pretty much it. You know, that is basically the gameplay deep dive. I am looking forward to College Football 26 to come out in the next 2.5 weeks. Or I think it's about 2.5 weeks we got until the game come out. I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. And please, in the comments, let me know what you're excited about for college football 26. Let me know what you're not excited about for college football 26. Let me know what things stood out to you guys or what things didn't stand out to you guys. Also ask any questions that you guys might have about this deep dive or any gameplay things, and I could answer them to you. All right. Until the next time, boys. Peace.